Oh, what is going on, party people? Hi and welcome to another restream here on ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we have the Z2 multi-category tournament 2023 Swiss round 3. LSDhippie420 versus cantaloupeme. And I'm accompanied by the lovely commentator, Yunos.
That's me. I'm lovely. Thanks for having us. Yep.
Is it that one? I hope. I have no idea what scene we're playing this from. And I think it's that one, but it might not be. That looks kind of right-ish? Yeah, that looks right. I hope it's
great.
that one.
Yeah, it looks good.
If it isn't, I will get yelled at, and that's fine. Okay, anyway, I can't start the... Oh, there it is. I found the button. Okay.
Alright, we're off.
We're off in like 10 seconds.
Yep. Oh, so, yeah, what we have here, let's see, we're in round 3 of Swiss. These players are 1-1. They're going to race all keys. There was a process that happened behind the scenes at some point where somebody flipped a coin or they agreed to a category to play, but there are 5 categories available, and they're doing 100% all keys, if I'm not mistaken. Although I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. All right, they're heading out right. That indicates all keys to me. Okay, good. They're heading to Magic Cave. Gonna try to get a P bag out of here with some precise movements. We got some back swings, leaving the loader alive. Let's see it. Ooh, barely connected. They both have the kills. They're going to try to finish this loader at the right time to get the P bag, and we've got a P bag on the right side. Cantaloupe. No one's using the new slack strap, but it's 0.2 of a second slower. That could be the race. I'll have to give that a try later. The backswing on it, if I could backswing or like low beam like that every time, I mean, I wouldn't ever have problems in, any of the categories that skip straight to Death Mountain, where we kind of want to low beam that Octorok to get through that one lava jumping cave a little faster. I miss that low beam all the time, and I would use light Magic Cave strats if I could low beam all the time. Come on. Alright, both killing the Gorilla to get the experience points rather than dealing with the bots. Hippie is a little behind on experience. In order to get out of Palace 1 with attack 4, it's going to need a little bit of help with luck, more than Cantaloupe's going to need. Cantaloupe's set up for a 75% chance to get out of there with what he needs. Yeah, so there's like the Magic Cave, if you can do it very precisely, you can ensure your P-bag drop. The trick about it is that when Link stabs an enemy with his sword, he gets pushed back a little bit, and there's subpixels, and you won't be able to do it consistently if you ever hit an enemy that way. So what you need to do is you need to basically soften up every single enemy with a beam in order to ensure that you don't get weird amounts of pushback. Will Hippie do Forced Attack 3? Yes. It might be. He has skipped the red Stalfos. No, you wouldn't. These guys are going through the palace and jumping over stuff. Hippie jumping over probably because he's not going to get the experience. Cantaloupe jumping over because he wants to put his big pea bag in the right position to maximize experience. While they're doing that, let's say that practicing, like trying to do a strat the same day that you learned it, isn't really necessarily the best idea. You probably want to like put in some like a learning session and a couple like 5-minute practice sessions like in subsequent days before you really want to start expecting to get a good result out of a strat. All right, so here we are. It's kind of hammer room we have here. Gets a gratuitous red jar on the right side. The Hippie's going to make up tiny bits of time here by the level ups he's not picked up yet, but eventually he will pick them up. He'll pick up all the levels, hopefully. Yep, deferring the time lost, but the time that you can save up front is not killing more than you need in here to get attack 3. Cantaloupe's beams are going to save him about 3 seconds in this room. Not having to get pushed off the... I timed it once. It wasn't 3 whole seconds. I forget what it was. Alright. Kind of a scripted little fight here. Oh, the standing stab. Disrespect. Oh, both sides. $2.67? Is that real? Alright, so now Cantaloupe's ahead by a little more than the level up that Hippie took. Swaggy little back beam for Hippie. Cantaloupe is going to get attack 4. No problem. The lead changes over and over. Oh, Hippie gets through. Gets through that. Takes an extra hit. Would probably have preferred not to. Now we have an 11-hit horsehead fight for Hippie. Cantaloupe's already finished him off. And yeah, that's why. That's why you want to avoid taking hits. These are the lives that Hippie's going to be using for the rest of the run, hopefully. Going for doubles and getting hit again. Oh. Alright, next up, Cantaloupe's heading in the direction of Trophy Cave and the jump spell. set doubles are pretty tough. And it's, for me, if I'm not hitting them, if I go but I don't get one, that's it. Then it's just singles. Not going to take any chances. Doubles are risky. You got to get really close. If you miss, you might fly into them. And the way to get those doubles is to kind of get a pretty high flying upward hit, standing in the air, and then drop a crouching while you're still in range of that hitbox that's up high. You have to get really close to do that because there's also the pushback from the first hit. So I do believe that Hippie is down to no extra lives. I don't know if he will make many adjustments for this. Maybe an extra 1-up. The Medicine Cave 1-up early, many people would do. I would not expect Hippie to do it. Yeah, I think there are a lot of strategic game overs to take. But that's another thing I would not expect Hippie to do. They have to get all the keys, and because the tournament drew 9 people, we kind of we abbreviated the original tournament goal to have, 5 rounds of, group play, or whatever you want to call it, Swiss, and then, brackets. And so there were a lot of the weeks that were cut out of the schedule were weeks that had more advanced categories. Like any percent no door fairing, also known as any percent all but 2 keys. That's a good walk for Cantaloupe, all the way to Bagu, if I'm not mistaken. I think why he got caught outside Bagu is because I think he had to spend more time in the swamp avoiding encounters, which causes time encounter to show up right outside Bagu's hut. So now Cantaloupe's heading to Lifetown. He's going to walk in the house, grab the mirror from under the table, and go get the life spell. Hippie, let's have his walk. Look that roll. Oh. Well, let's see how he adjusts. And sometimes Bagu walk is can be one of the most frustrating parts of the run when you're trying to. Oh, nice swamp step. Oh, just gets caught. Was it Bagu skip? Yep, Bagu skip. All right, so Hippie's nearly at a game over here, heading to this Bago Bago bridge. Oh no! All right, well, that's where he's going back to, the Bago Bago bridge. Alright, Cantaloupe will be heading to Death Mountain here in about 30 seconds. Take a moment to kind of editorialize on the idea of racing all keys. The category is supposed to be 1cc, no continue. So if you game over, your run isn't admissible to the leaderboard for the 100% all keys 1cc category. When you game over, so in a race, what we do when we game over is we return to the location of the game over. And if it was in a random encounter, you just return to the tile where it happened. Or, if you didn't remember the exact tile, we're not going to give you trouble. So Hippie has to tag up at the bridge, but he had to go that way anyway. Um, but yeah, every fall we do the All Keys tournament, and it draws a better, a bigger crowd, not a better crowd. They're much worse, actually. Just kidding. And those are the rules we make for racing, for making it a little bit more friendly. But I certainly wouldn't mind to have seen in this tournament that 1cc, that 100% all keys 1cc was truly you game over, you lose. Because this game has a lot of one-ups and a lot of safeties that are available for speedrunning. Most other characters are more fun than all keys. But I really would like, how to avoid having a game over, I think, makes compelling race material too. Cantaloupe's about halfway through the maze of Death Mountain. This cave is one of the most difficult ones to not get hit in. It's a lot easier when you can see everything with the candle. Most categories, speedruns, come to Death Mountain without the candle. Alright. I take it Cantaloupe got the pea bag off the orange diary at the front of Death Mountain. Because XP's looking good even though he just got a jar. Nice beam wrap. Yeah, Fap is having a solid time here. Just gonna be post 16 getting the hammer. That's pretty good, right? I can't remember my times right now, but that's a pretty good race time. There's another P bag. XP's looking really good. It's going to be able to skip a lot of stuff in P2. Yeah, I think I personally have very few sub-16 hammers. It's a pretty narrow economy for me. It blows my mind to think, like, Dude, Lordo, Light, React, even like, and Justin and all of them, just they don't get a sub 16 hammer. Something went terribly wrong. All right, there's the magic container and the refill. Brief pause. Not gonna cave duck. Oh, it gets snagged there. I don't know if it was a missed time or what. The strategy there, I think players with the full gamut of knowledge, they will try to pause briefly before stepping out onto the desert tile, and if they don't like where their position is relative to the enemies, they'll just cave duck and come back out. It costs a couple seconds to avoid getting a 6-second time loss from the random encounter. Yes, he did chewy skip and kill the... he did kill the Blueberry? I don't remember. But he got a bag off the red die regarding the hammer. Alright, Life 3 for Hippie. Wow. I get, well, yeah, okay. Oh, we did not. Okay. Okay, so if he had, though, then the drop would have been on the orange Dyra. Oh, Hippie's already down to about 22 HP. Likely technical 44 HP. But... yeah, so these double hits Cantaloupe's doing here. He's going to come in 1, 2, 3, quick 4. For a 4-hit enemy, the only way to make double hits valuable are to open with a double, or to just do the double for the 2 and 3 hits. There's no benefit to doing a double that includes the killing blow, because the killing blow does not push you back. So the double hit's meant to reduce the total amount of pushback for killing an enemy by a little bit. Alright, the 1 up there helps time out a little bit of a random walk. Nice escape from the swamp, very cool. Let's see if we get the happy Earth Day? Nope. Cantaloupe heading in to get the down stab, and Fairy doing some chores. Get the P2 heart next. Don't forget P2 heart, P2 heart, P2 heart. Hippie's on the way out of Death Mountain now. Gonna be interested to see what happens with Hippie's XP. He's taken life 3, which means he currently needs, 2,000 XP and 5 total to get both attack 5 and attack 6, leaving P2. Hippie doing the L-Hot. I like the L-Hot strat. This is good. Gets a little bit... yeah, there's a little bit of a random walk issue here sometimes, but he's able to take one more step and spawn a new encounter. Alternatively, you can just keep going and set up the cat's tile. I don't think it makes much of a difference time-wise. Actually, it could if you waited for the random encounter for too long. But these are small things. But the game, this whole speedrun's made of a lot of small things. 0.2 of a second in the magic cave, multiplied by about, 500. Plus every hit you take. Nice jump over and backswing. Nice. So Hippie did the opening double, and did not double off the end. Sorry, I actually made a mistake earlier. I was saying that double, but double doesn't matter. So opening double, one more hit, and then the jump over backswing is real nice. Swaggy way to get your doubles in on the red Dyra, the 4 hits. Yeah, the up left one as well gets you the same distance from the road steps and the walk onto the grass. All right, here we go. Let's see the swamp walk. These are huge. So he's, takes the extra step. Good. Burns off an encounter, a step-based encounter. Oh, 2 fairies here is really good. We take those, because now he's going to get in for sure. You take that. He's trying to teabag the Iron Knuckle? It's just a statue. Hippie's doing chores, but Cantaloupe is in this room of hammer guys. There's his P bag for attack 5. That's nice. Double standing stab. Well, from here, Cantaloupe does have the option to go ahead and pick up magics. You know, Magic 2 and Life 3 if he wants. But they're also nice to pick up in Palace 3 as well. Yeah, take it. Something to do with the XP. He's not going to be able to skip everything. At least not easily. Oh my, we got some serious wind up here. I've got to... If I disappear, it was the wind. Alright, Hippie's onto the P2 heart. Never forget. Cantaloupe's about to head into one of the most fun rooms. He split up these raw heads and made himself kind of an almost no-stop room. Nice. The beam and the fairy spell. Oh, he's gonna go under. Dangerous move. I would leave some feedback for Twitch on that one, personally. So as Cantaloupe heads toward the glove, some somewhat unremarkable walking unless the blocks give him some trouble, but Hippie is, oh baby, he is dodging. Let's go. He's going to see encounters here at the road. He's going to take a half. Let's see. Oh, the blocks! Eats his fairy magic. Okay, up to the road for Hippie. And gets snagged in the swamp. So he'll get into P2 after this. So no fairy magic off the glove for Cantaloupe, unless he'd picked up that jar, but that's okay. The glove hoist takes 112 frames. That's about 1.83 seconds. But also refilling the magic, refilling the 80 MP takes 160 frames. So if he hadn't refilled that magic, it would have been a net loss. More skippables. Right here, let's see if he goes for the Moa kill. Nope, just gonna let it go under. And then skip the Iron Knuckles. Nope, going for the kills. It's easy. The skip is a little bit goofy. You gotta kind of like neutral jump over and down stab, and then you still have to dodge fire. Nice Tink. Here comes Tink Room. 4 out of 5 bot kills for Hippie. Tink. That'd be such an easy screen to make. Okay, there's a live cast for Cantaloupe. Was it exactly half? Could have had his beams back if he cast before. That skull bubble that hit him. There are a couple strats for that. Either you slow down so you can down stab over it, or you can throw a beam at it at the right time to just iframe walk through it. Ooh, yeah. Satisfying jar pickups. I love low ceilings. Thanks for the bot tripper. Hippie needs this XP. He's got to kill a lot of stuff. This is where a lot of the time lost from Attack 3 happens, actually. Is in Palace 2 getting extra kills. There's an Iron Knuckle skip from Cantaloupe. Oh, the imperceptible stab on that bot. Nearly hit. Jar refill. The refill... Well... The refill time that is saved is 96 frames, but it was also made his life spell available in case he had a bad fight. But he had an excellent fight. So he didn't need it. That's the trick though, right? If you bring your raincoat, it won't rain. Okay, I'm just gonna wait on the road to get that half encounter out of the way. Get a random walk, and you get a random walk by walking out of the road quickly. And those really help in the swamp. The swamp enemies have the same chase speed, but Link's half as fast. Oh, had a tiny bit of random walk there, but not enough. Now Cantaloupe's heading to Shield Town, yes? Alright. Don't forget Shield Town. Don't sleep on the shield spell. We use this. Most of us will be using this in the two hardest boss fights in the game, with two big damaging enemies, Guma and Thunderbird. And it may seem like, oh, you only use it twice, but let me tell you that those fights are a lot scarier. You don't have the shield spell, and also you don't have as many bars of life. Hippie at the exact same amount of health that Cantaloupe was at coming through here. And he did a tiny turnaround. You see, that's the one strat there. Just slow down the slightest bit and you can downstab through that into the... I mean, that's just so easy. And it's practically no time whatsoever. You're going to see the jump over hit. Yep, the reverse key grab. Little King's Tomb check-in for Cantaloupe to get all the way to the secret drop. It gets boosted through the Doom Rattler. Alright, can we get a Slink? Oh, got a random walk instead. Nice. Good refill. Okay. Hippie is just barely there for the experience. He needs to get to 200. And hopefully he's not about to get a red jar from this red Iron Knuckle. That would be tragic. Okay, good. Oh, bring it back, Hip. There it is. Yes. Bad breaks. What a great time to be alive when, like, Bad Breaks and JN were playing this game. Honestly, that was such a great time to be watching speedruns for me. But it's not like that's the only time it's been great to watch speedruns. But I do fondly remember those times of turning on one of their streams and then watching them just work on something like that that's not just a time saver, but it's really kind of just cool looking and swaggy. There were not many early adopters of the reverse key grab. It is difficult and it's situational. You can't do it if you got any amount of pushback on the screen. So you may know it, but that doesn't mean that you get to use it every single run, because sometimes just bad things happen with the bot, for example. Wait this, outweight, can't outweight him. Nice smooth 5 grind there. Raft hoist. Caleb's already taken his magic 3, so he doesn't have the refill here. He's going to just let the 112 frames ride and have jump available for this room, I presume. That's a much more sensible thing to do, yep. You'll lose a lot of time on this room. Then jump lets you, it gives you more outs for dealing with the bots kind of sitting and waiting on you. They can't just, you're coming from so far above them that they can't do some of their ninja strats to you. Not dying saves more time than 1.8 seconds. Butt door. In this run, Big Slamu? No. No, we talked a little bit about that. For one thing, like, these two runners have a strat already. The other thing is that being so fresh, it wouldn't have been particularly sensible to have... I mean, there's not a big loss for doing it. It's just a video game. But if you're taking this race somewhat seriously, it wouldn't be sensible to do something you only just learned today. But it would be cool. Hey, we just said he was sensible a moment ago. It's literally been like a minute since we said he was sensible. All right, setting up for the safe corner. That's good. That's good outcome there. Both of these. All right, wagons east. Oh, wow. Alright, early fire strats for Cantaloupe. Oh no, hippies in the drink. Pro tip, lava is not potable. Yes, this is true. We do have a moment here, you know. We can talk about the lore of Zelda 2's story. I think, doesn't it start with a long time ago, like Eon's saying, did the King of Hyrule die? And then the son made some bad decisions like bringing in some wizard who put Zelda to sleep. He might not have died, but the brother was kind of a wiener, and he brought in some wizard who put Zelda to sleep. So this Zelda we're rescuing has been asleep for a very long time. She's gonna be very stiff when she wakes up. So then a bunch of stuff happened. You know, like other Zelda games in the universe, maybe. And then Link wakes her up. All right, here's a good fun walk. Okay, stepping up and over. Gonna have to look for this encounter there. Good, a backspawn makes it even easier. Yeah, is that timeline like true canon? Or is it made up? I don't even know. Oh, Hippie's just gonna get rocked by every single one of these little panther heads. Well, I mean, either the book that you have is canon or not. It's only Nintendo of America. Interesting. Yeah, in reality, the story of these games, like the world, it comes from Tezuka's love of Lord of the Rings. So that's all it is. It's fantasy story. They created a timeline because because there was enough of a marketable interest in that. And predictably, if you're gonna create a timeline based on a fan desire for there to be one, then you're going to make the center of piece of that timeline to be the Ocarina of Time, which was kind of their real big watershed game. I mean, I know we love 2D Zelda, but I think the world at large thinks that Ocarina of Time is pretty dope. And I do too. But yeah, that's probably why. That's the centerpiece of the chronology and the forking, because if it were, you know, I don't know, like what are some of the unpopular Zelda games? Like if they were like four swords, they like, and then at the end of Four Swords, there are these possibilities, and it forked from that. People are like, boo, I don't care. CDI. Majora's Mask is liked. It has that contingent of followers who say it's the best one. Yes, Wand of Gamelon canon, yes. You killed me. Good. It's the best. That's the best. I mean, Zelda games, they don't really have a whole lot of humor. Alright, Cantaloupe's coming through the Green Mile. Let's get a good look at this. Let's kind of talk through his Dazzle section. So we're gonna get, no, there we are. The 4 stabs, 3 stabs. Good enough? Got a tiny bit of random walk, but wasn't punished badly. So these stabs, they change the random walk timer so that the monsters won't random walk when coming out. We'll try to get, that's the toughest part of the Green Mile, is that slink right there. So we got a makeup slink. Oh, it went up on him. Oh, that was a close one. Step. Nice. Good move. Yeah, Zelda 2 has really, really great exploits. We have an actual well, I mean, I don't know how many games you beat the absolute final boss and then go backward from there, but we can't do it in Zelda 2, but we would beat Thunderbird, who is really the final boss in terms of actual difficulty. I mean, Dark Link, we just cheese in a corner anyway. And Dark Link's trash, let's just be real. Dark Link fight is completely unfair. No one can tell what's supposed to be happening in that fight. Now, Z1 has, I mean, one exploit. Yeah. Yeah, it has Ace. The one major exploit is being able to execute a little bit of code, just the length of a file name. Good jump. And then the screen scroll, which is basically everything else. There are minor things that are so under the hood that people don't even consider them exploits, and it really does contrast with Zelda 2, because Zelda 1, when you play the recorder, monsters continue to run their RNG movement cycles, their timings, everything. Same if you just pull up the menu or just hit the pause button, all that runs. But in Zelda 2, when you pull up the spell menu or you pause the game in the overworld, RNG doesn't run. And that's really weird. Like, somebody took some really good time with this game and like kind of made it. They paid attention to little details that basically never would have mattered to 99% of players. Same thing with the exploit that we found in like late 2020, where you can put a gem. You can send your gem to the pedestal, but if you interrupt it with an up and A before it gets there, you can place another one in that same pedestal. And that's just because they decided to program that the gem leaves your inventory, or it's useful because the gem leaves your inventory. Oh, hippie? Okay. Yeah, the gem leaves your inventory, and then it doesn't arrive into the palace's slot until it literally, physically, visually does it, which is really, I mean, that's some cool detail. I appreciate those sorts of details. They didn't want you to be able to manipulate the encounter timers while pausing. I think that they would want you to have a good, consistent feeling experience, especially with the game, the way that this game plays overall. It's the physics, like the way Link pushes off of enemies a little bit and loses speed, and he has like an acceleration period. They put all that work into this game to make it such a really nice feeling combat platformer. And I think that having the game play consistently is important. And also things like this, these Panther heads, their movement is run by timers, right? The same sort of timers that if they were running during spell menus, you would you'd like pause the menu, and they wouldn't move in that square wave pattern. They would like be going, right down, you pause, you bring it back, and they'd be going up again when you came out, because if those timers were running still, that's what would happen. In Zelda 1, so much of it's such a random game. They're so different games. Zelda 1 has a lot of like just randomness, and having the randomness be more random doesn't matter. This game, you want that consistent experience. Yeah, opinions will vary on this. Did he not get the key before he died? Oh, he did? Okay. Okay. Whew. I guess it was the jar on the ground that I was looking at. Alright, so Cantaloupe's on the way to Karok. This fight is random, so you don't get a consistent experience from Karok. But, you know, I mean, a little bit of randomness is nice. Let's see how many of Karok's beams miss and go off the screen. 1, 2, 3. 3 before Karok died. That's an excellent fight. That one almost made it off the screen, but Karok teleported to the far left side of the screen and picked it up for Cantaloupe. Didn't want Cantaloupe to drop that beam. Cantaloupe's off to Palace 5. Don't know if we have an Eco Key attempt in our future or not. It's about to hit Magic 8, or Attack 8, sorry. Right off the elevator here. Nice low beams. Ooh. A little late getting up. I think the most common buffer when getting to the desired position is 2 crouching stabs. Now, 2 standing stabs is only a little bit slower. Which, I don't know if that's how he normally would do it. I've seen people do like a single standing stab and let Link kind of, if you don't move again or press B again, Link will kind of hold the sword in the back position, which is another really neat thing about this game. You can swing again quickly, so he's going to take the level up here to refill magic. Yeah, dude, just empty buffer. It doesn't look like it's swag, but doing it just an empty buffer is really tough, I think. Hippie is coming up on K-Rock. Cantaloupe doing his frame perfect wall clip right there. Alright, let's see it. Oh, hit already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost 7, actually. But also, I think when the time that Hippie was hit, K-Rock teleported on him, he didn't get the reflected shot there, so... Still, I think on average, that's... On, like, the whole of what's available, that's at least an average outcome, if not better. Key first strats. Oh no, Justin does key first too, right? Just upstabbing the empty block. That's a tricky one. Yeah, you learn the game. I mean, like as a, even as just a child or just casually, and you find that red jar there, and then the next time you play, you go looking for that red jar. You're like, oh man, that red jar was a lifesaver last time. We go look for it, and then you hit the block, and it's not there. It's like, what's going on? But if you just stab the empty block, that red jar's there. Don't worry. Oh, all right, we're eco fairy. Hippie flying through the skull bubbles. They take a little bit of magic. Oh, God, that was a lot. He was hoping to save, up to 32 of his MP, or at least have 32 of his MP, so he could still cast Jump. But now he's right on the verge of maybe not having all of the magic points for Jump. Okay, whew. I do a little clip out of that wall. Right, yeah, you can't tell. And we call 31, but I think in the game tracks it as actually twice the value that they display it. So it's really like 64. But he had enough. Oh, he jumped right up on top. Trying. Nice blocks. Weird damage there for Cantaloupe. I think got pushed up into the overhead blocks and didn't go left or right with the knockback. Wow. Blocked that low shot while he was doing a standing stab? Or an air standing? Magic's low for Cantaloupe, but not too low to cast Shield. And that Shield spell is going to give him an extra hit to take on Guma. Oh, nice grind. Took 2 hits. Oh, butt stab. But all those hits that he got while doing that, that made it worth it. And didn't cost him in terms of refill because his magic was already very low. He's missing more magic still than health than he could have been. He couldn't have been missing that much health. It would have been impossible. All right. So using that fairy magic, gonna get out of this encounter before the level up, make it to the river dance tile. That's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna do a river dance. There it is. A little river dance step. It's gonna take a step into the grass southeast of Naburu after a brief quarter-second pause and get a random walking fairy. Oh, they interrupt. What a jerk. All right, we want 866 here with a bunch of experience left over. So we can get 76 out of P6 and with 500 XP to go to 886. All right, now there's an encounter dodge. At this, it's just whatever. Whatever, just gonna walk and take every encounter. We're gonna wait for an encounter to use here, but had to wait for the random walk. It worked out. Yep. Fairies. All right, faring through this. Didn't do any time buffers, so probably not a Lord Doodoo walk. Bridge duck with one stab, no stab, okay. Nice, getting through with the bottom spawn, helping out. It's getting chased very closely by that large encounter. P-bag's not what we're looking for there. It's the red jar. Give us a nice refill heading into Spelltown, which only saves about 2.1 seconds. You could save even less than that. Getting all the Tektites, showing him who's boss. But yeah, it just saves having to talk to the magic lady in town. And even talking to the magic lady in town, I mean, you have to get some magic for the spell. Unless you go to the magic container house first, which is a strat. I mean, these are all possibilities that are conceivably, they're roughly equal now that we have the Aaron 2U2 jar for you to use too. That really just made a lot of different approaches to the section possible. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know much. Oh, Hippie's gonna get to life up. Nice. Needs the experience, perhaps? I guess he did need that particular kill. I know, you like your no-stop jar. I couldn't make it 100% consistent. It was tough. Yeah, you just need 700. Yeah, I guess he did. He did overdo it then, okay. So yeah, the full magic lets you ferry out of both the items in town, which, again, they only save 1.8 seconds apiece. Actually less than, because you have to factor in the queuing of the spell. Which, you know, it takes like a quarter second, half second to queue your spell up or move the cursor around. They're really minor time saves. But this path does have you leaving town with full magic as well. Hippie is late fire. Oh, yeah. So the big advantage of this late fire route, I guess there's kind of two. One is that these level up fanfares in town are a second shorter, because instead of drawing from the fanfare that it would use in most parts of the world, the game, in town it's gonna use the spell get fanfare, which is just a second shorter. So that's four times a second, 4 seconds. The other advantage is that you get a certain walk out of here to try to get the river double skip. Cantaloupe didn't stop to try to dodge that encounter, just plowing right through. So he should make it to the desert heart. Gonna step over and down. Yep. Alright, into P6. In the Famicom disk system version of the game, there weren't even enemies who could only be damaged with a fireball. That was an addition for every subsequent version. Alright, so Hippie's read the sign for 3 letters. That's just a time buffer. He's going to step down here, get a back spawn. Nice. So here he's going to do a little bit of a buffer slink. No buffer slink. Oh, he got hit from above? He didn't move down soon. He was getting chased from above. He might have been able to move down, but that was a really weird outcome. But yeah, the Firetown, late Firetown does set up that walk. It's a... I don't know if it's a little bit less RNG dependent. The CB3 was never on the disk system. The Japanese cart actually has a separate chip called the VRC6 chip, and that VRC6 chip has it has additional sound channels. So it has 2 more square waves. The square wave is the meat, is like the meat and potatoes of your electronic sound. That's a really sick Rebanak fight. Oh, and catching him in the overhead swing animation too. So basically, the music in these games is comprised of 2 square waves, 1 triangle wave. These are channels, and there's a PCM noise channel. And the NES is capable of streaming audio samples at a low rate, and of course, data ROM size is a big issue for that. The VRC6 chip in Castlevania 3 adds 2 more square channels and the Sawtooth channel, which is where you get that the Demon Seed. I think they did a really good job adapting that music to the default NES sound abilities. I thought that CB3, I still think it's great, and I used to like just turn it on and listen to it after school. It's just the original, but that's the only Japanese cart that I own is the CB3 cart. Butt door? Let's check out this room. Does Cantaloupe do fire strats? I'm gonna go with no. The FM synth, yeah. Man, the game developers used it horribly, though, in some situations. I mean, I say horribly, but it's comical. It's time plus tragedy equals comedy. And some of it just sounds hilarious. Thanks to the passage of time. Alright. Tragedy equals comedy minus time. Look, I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think we should apply that sort of thinking a little bit more sometimes, you know? Just really look at what the elements are of what we're talking about, and then try to say, well, if that's that, then this is this, and if that's not true, then what we're talking about isn't true. Well, it's a terribly great solution to boredom, I think. All right, so set up on the right side. Getting a nice jackhammer. Butt door. So we know that Barba shows up on the right side there if we enter the room from the left and continue rightward nonstop until the screen locks. So that's how we knew to get on the right side. Oh, okay. Hippie had random walk there after just one enemy step, but he reacted strangely to it. He decided to go left. Oh, well, he could have gone right there. I think he believed that he was at the P-bag tile, but I believe that he was actually a square below the P-bag tile. So he could have gone into the gap there. No fairy dash. The fairy dash Stratus. That's a pretty funny one. What's today's food topic? Anybody want to suggest one? I don't want to. I mean, I'll tell you that last night I made a risotto. I haven't made one in like, I don't know, 5-6 years. It went all right. It's one of those food things that you spend a lot of time on for a small benefit. Depending on what your idea of a benefit is, like, it tastes better, but also my wife was very happy, so that was the main benefit. Sheepdog. It was outside of it. Yeah, so if I have to pick a food topic, I would say, what is something that you have that takes a long time to prepare, but you do it, but it's worth it. I've never had tiramisu or bolognese. I don't even know how. Bolognese pasta. Later today, I'll be making peanut butter, homemade peanut butter from peanuts I purchased from nutstop.com. Alright, so cantaloupe is in GP. Moussaka. I don't know what that is either. I've heard of it. I don't know. I don't know a lot of foods, let's be honest. pulled pork prep. You gotta pay a lot of attention to chicken parmesan, huh? Didn't know. 2 hours making really good burritos. Uh-oh, alt route. Got the big bot dropping on your head in this hallway. I love it because all these hallways are empty except a couple of them. So they're kind of like it's a will they won't they kind of thing. So this way, yeah, you got the busy hallways here. The other way, the hallways are empty. Yeah, making French fries from scratch is a process to get them right. Bent Glass Tube detailed his process where he would soak the fries and then freeze them. I don't remember what all it was, but I was like, wow, that is a lot for some French fries. And like, I make potatoes all the time. I just don't make French fries. This room, great room here. All this way to get stuck. There we go. Got a nice wall boost there. Turn around and oh, you're on the bottom side now. Doing the rice days before. My wife would never let me get away with that. I leave rice in the fridge for 2 days and she's like, you're gonna get ricin poison. I'm like, oh my god, please. Oh, the... Got picked up by the Mew. Alright, 2 hits up. Oh, the 4-hit combo, nice pickup. Good tinks in there, too. I don't know if anybody... And it counted the number of tinks. I don't have the volume quite high enough to hear it. It was great. I just wasn't talking because I wasn't sure the level of issue we're having here. But yeah. We have a finish from Cantaloupe, 118.11. Unfortunately, I don't think we're actually going to see that finish, but I'm going to assure you that he stood in the corner and stabbed Darklink to death. Yeah. So we're having an issue where the...
Is that issue also on your...
yes, it's on the commentary view, and it's also happening for them.
Dang.
So
wait, I can try just resyncing it once, but...
Go ahead, do that.
Refresh.
Issue with that the remote.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's weird.
Well, that's a straight ping to dress. Oh, it's back.
Okay.
Also, Cantaloupe said they would join for an interview, so when they get into voice, I will move them in. And I can also do that. Whew. Okay, the stream should be working again. I don't know what fixed it. Probably it was just a little hiccup on Twitch's side. And also, welcome to Cantaloupe. GG.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, good game. How's it going?
It's going alright. Yeah, just a little walk in the park through all keys.
Yeah, through the whole game. A little bit of the alternate route through GP.
Yeah, I had the restream up and I was like, I got a little bit of a lead. Nobody gets to see it that often, so let's do it.
Yeah, there are a lot less corpses on that path of previous players.
Yeah, that path, that last area can be pretty annoying, but for some reason I find that much easier than Eco Key. I've always been able to do that boost first or second try, but Eco Key I just can't do. I hate it.
I think it technically, there must be something about that is easier, because that's my experience with like Rando. Like when we come across that in GP and try to get the boost, I get it without a lot of trouble, and I think it must be easier.
Yeah, I think your window is just so much bigger on that. So, but yeah, alt route's fun. I experimented with it a lot on the FDS version because it's actually faster on that version due to the slow elevators.
That's cool.
But I have yet to incorporate that into a run because imagine getting all the way to the end and then you have to, I think, second try to save the time.
Yeah, I guess you need a little bit of a setup for those heads. That's all.
Yeah, a good head setup. I agree. Good head. I fully agree 100%.
You had a pretty solid run. How'd it feel to you?
Nothing good or bad really. I think the only mistake I made, or the only thing I'm not happy with, was missing Eco Key. But other than that, I didn't go for anything crazy. Didn't take no death abuses because I knew I was going to do alt route, so that's why I saved all my lives.
Yeah,
And just I just was like, well, I'm just going to breeze on through, see what happens, either win or lose.
With Eco Key, do you usually do standing stab buffers?
Yeah, I've always done standing stab.
Okay.
That's the way I learned it, but apparently I need to learn another method.
Everybody's like saying, "Oh, it's supposed to be crouching stab." I'm like, "Well, I mean, not necessarily, but that does require a slightly different adjustment, probably." But if that's what you're used to, yeah.
Well, I'll pull up a save state and try it out sometime and see what happens. But yeah, it's I wanted to try to go this whole tournament without racing all keys, but it just ended up being this round. So I was like, well, hopefully I know how to do it anymore. It's not that I hate the category; it's just been raced enough, and there's so many other categories to dip into.
Well, we didn't, have the benefit of seeing how the category was selected. How did you end up with all keys?
Oh, well, we talked about it briefly. It was actually the day we organized the race because I was working, and and my time outside my days off was pretty limited. Hell, I had a conference call right before I was starting the race anyway. So, we did discuss it a few days beforehand, and I eliminated one, they eliminated one, I eliminated one, they eliminated one. The one that was left was all keys. So,
oh. Well, so out of this week's categories, which ones did you really want to play less than all keys?
Out this week, probably just Horsehead because it's so short.
Yeah.
I don't like a 3.5 3 minute category, even though you're doing best of three. I just think that's too short for this game. So that's why I would rather do all keys than Horsehead. But I don't like really short categories. It's like the core category I really want to race the most is some of the pretty much any of them that doesn't involve scroll lock, because I'm not too keen on those. But the new game plus categories are pretty interesting. No door ferrying isn't bad. You said, it's all keys but two.
Yeah.
But and then even no scroll lock, I do like that category as well.
Yeah. All right, Hippie is finished. Let's have a look here. Hasn't hit the done button, but doesn't really make much of a difference. But yeah, no, I'd like to get all door or no door fairing. That would have been a good one to get it on. I don't know if I'll have that chance.
Well, if I get you, we could try and make that happen.
Nice.
There is also...
There he is. Hey, GG.
Thanks. Well, this was my best day.
You had the game over outside of Saria, which it could have been worse.
It could be in a worse place, yes.
Yeah. What else? Let's see. I liked your Dire kills in the medicine cave, the opening 1-2, and then the jump over for the 4.
I practiced those since last time, so
yeah.
Must have a little bit fun too, with some swag strats.
Yeah. Trying to think of what else. Drawing a blank at the moment. It was a good race though. Cantaloupe's had to. Are you back? Cantaloupe, it looked like he went off to take a call real quickly.
Oh yeah. I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just I was logging off the stream and everything because I gotta actually head out here in a minute. So I just wanted to close up everything and say, GG, thanks for the race. And sorry the run went sour, but trust me, I've been on that too. I know how it feels.
Yep.
Well, I gotta hop off here, so I will catch you all later.
Yeah, catch you later. Thanks.
Yeah, goodbye. Well, in that case, is there anything else left any one of you wants to say about this race?
Both good and bad. Barbecue good, but some unnecessary deaths. Do not remember exactly, but 2 or 3 unnecessary deaths. I got lucky with it, you're in P4.
Yeah. We're glad you got your attack levels out of there. Oh, P4. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yep, my wife will be home in just a few minutes too.
Well, in that case, I hope you will have a great evening. Also, thank you for being our commentator, Eunice, and also thank you to the runners for competing and having us here on Restream. And if you enjoyed this, please consider following all of our channels and tuning in for the next time. The next race that is currently on schedule is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, 2:20 p.m. UTC, which is 10:20 a.m. Eastern, Ocarina of Time randomizer. And about 1.5 hours after that, we will have a Majora's Mask randomizer race. And 1 hour after that, there is a Breath of the Wild All Dungeons tournament. So a lot of variety currently on ZSR. And so if you want to join us with that, feel free to. And with that being said, let me just look up a possible raid target, because there is probably someone streaming Z2. And then we can go over there, give them some Zelda speedruns love, and then we can get together for the next time. There actually is no other Z2 stream, so let's check for something else in the Zelda category. Okay, Twitch won't let me. Yeah, okay, Twitch doesn't like me right now. I am very sorry about that. Twitch just disagrees with me looking up Twitch stuff. I cannot search right now, it will crash. Thanks a lot for that, Twitch. Okay, in that case, I hope you had a lot of fun. I will now stop our stream and then we can all come together for the next time here on Zelda Speedruns. Take care and have a great time. Goodbye.